Crossroads channel of light fluid. Do you remember the cliffhanger from last time? Good. Let's see what happened. I have little time to comprehend before the toilet flips on its back, tossing me into a black void. There's a surface below me, some sort of slide, but it's on an almost vertical drop. I scream as loud as my lungs let me. Is this going to happen every time? I turn and brace myself. I don't want to break my neck when I hit the ground. And hit the ground I do. Hard. Ugh. Even the softness of the mat is like a punch to the gut. I struggle to get up to my feet. When I do, I realise my pants are as wet as can be. Of course, toilet water. Once my utter confusion subsides by the tiniest amount, I take a look around. I'm back in the underground computer room below Raoul's mansion. And there's the Rottweiler looming over me as I stagger to my feet. So, I've decided not to put your name on it for now, but I was thinking we could always embroider it later. What do you think? The gallery. How did I end up here? A secret passageway. Very nifty, huh? A secret passageway? Into a bathroom? Nifty's not the word I'd use. Gah, I'm soaked. I shake my leg. All that does is get on my new shoes. Yuck. Why'd you bring me back here? We can't just leave them. They'll rob the place blind. I'm worried about Lou, too. Are they safe? God, the Syndicate doesn't kick my ass. Lou certainly will. Master Brevard pressed button for I could stop him. We have to get back right now. Of course. You don't think you can stop a robbery dressed like that, do you? Lights. He claps his hands and the lights dim. Drum roll. He claps his hands again. When the lights come back on, a mannequin is risen from the floor below. Voila, c'est ça. Now, I ran into a few problems deciphering your blueprints. You have a very unique sense of style. Well, in the end, I think I succeeded in marrying functionality and comfort to make it a product worthy of carrying the Brevard name. It's light, mostly bulletproof, easy to clean, and most importantly, the suit can be worn underneath almost any item of clothing. I tilt my head. It's very flashy. I've outfitted it with heating and cooling elements too, so it should be able to withstand the elements. Let's see, what else? Tracking dots, the magnets in your boots. Magnets? And if you click your heels a couple of times, you can stick to walls. Did all that in what, 2 hours? Maybe I really was underselling him. Well, that's not all. Raoul snaps his fingers and a second platform rises from the ground. Is that a gun? Yes and no. This is a state-of-the-art grappling gun, made for scaling buildings and covering large amounts of distance in a jiffy. You mean like He holds up a paw to my mouth. Stop right there. We don't want any copyright issues. Right. I lower his hand. I haven't taken it for a test drive yet, but it should work just fine for someone like you. Someone like me? What's that supposed to mean? A simple tool for a simple man. Rude. Simple is not always negative quality. Now don't worry. I ran careful calculations, so it won't rip your arm out of its socket or anything like that. It's safe to use, right? Raoul? According to my calculations, yes. I thought you were a 4 times Innovator of the Year winner. I can't exactly go around testing grappling hooks. Oh, but I can. There's little time to be worrying, yes? Idle banter won't save calorie. You're absolutely right. I don't know if he's saying that because he agrees or because he wants me to shut up. You ready to suit up, Dust Count? Time's a-wasting. I ignore Raoul's flexing, running my paw over the jumpsuit on the mannequin. I get a feel of the imitation leather of the crop jacket, the mask staring at me throughout with unblinking white eyes. It's kind of badass. Way better than the cosplay stuff Max is always looking at online. He'd be so jealous if I showed him this. Ready as I'll ever be. There is one final thing from me. The crow produces a little jewellery box from his breast pocket and hands it over to me. I want you to have this. I made it with his own hands based on design by Master Bravard. You're not going to propose, are you? It is only a little welcome present. On opening it, I found what appears to be a star-shaped pin inside. Is this some sort of gadget, too? Milo shakes his head. It is tongue-piercing attachment for use in costume. Oh, and you made it for me? Only to keep identity somewhat secret. You really do care, huh, Mimi? The crow makes a sound halfway between a growl and a surprised squawk. Do not push it. They try to act professional. They sound like an old married couple bickering sometimes. It's kind of endearing. It's cute. Well, thanks, Milo. He nods, feathers bristling. It looks adorable like this. Alright, let's get this show on the road. I'm overcome with a real sensation when I see myself in the reflective metal walls. I'm not looking at Alex DeRoy anymore, but someone else entirely. I turn, looking at myself every which way. Stretch my legs, tighten the belt around my waist. God, my ass looks kinda great in this getup. How is it, Spot? I'm beginning to see the appeal. My phone vibrates. The material of the jumpsuit is so thin it tickles my legs. Who is calling? I put my finger to my muzzle and pick up. It took you long enough. It's a relief to hear them shouting to me again. Lou, are you alright? What's the situation out there? There's guys with weapons running around the halls. Where'd you go? I tried to find you. It's like you went off the map. Thought I told you to stay put at the exhibit. There isn't another person at the gallery? I heard someone scream. They might have gotten the curator lady. Have to do something, Al. You could end up hurt. So I'll pick myself back up. What if they kill her? No, listen, I'm the one who got into this mess. I'm going to get you out. Just hold on. They're coming. Got to run. I rub my temples. As if this situation needed to get any worse. Spot, what's going on? I only notice I'm hyperventilating. Don't freak out, okay? I took someone with me to the gallery. You did what? You absolute imbecile. I didn't want to end up like this. I thought it would just be... What, a fun day out in park? He narrows his eyes. I feel my cheeks get even hotter and a pit starts to form in my stomach. I really messed up, didn't I? I think it'd help me stand out less. I'm scared of going alone. You should have told us. You put an innocent person in danger. I know! I do not think you know. Once again, we fight real criminals. You came close to dying at store only 1 week ago. Don't invite others to share that fate. I want to sink underground. Well, even deeper underground, and disappear. All I can do is meet his eyes with my own. I know I fucked up. I need your help. Is your friend safe? They seemed okay. They said Fenna might be in trouble. They're going after her. The situation is most urgent. We'll discuss the lack of common sense later. Correct. There's a civilian stuck at the gallery. It's not a moment to lose. Let's go save our friend, Spot. What's the best way to get back up there? By car, I'm afraid. Secret passage only goes one way. Lucky his boss is one I haven't seen since I got terminated at my old job. This is why I told you not to press button. I grabbed the grappling gun and turned to the slide. There might be another way. You got one of these too, Raoul? Oh, no prototype. Oh, I see what you're planning. I'll just go back the way I came. It's a good infiltration point. Hell of a climb, though. We don't have another option. I aim up and squeeze my eyes shut, aiming the gun up at the dark void in front of me. Like this? Like that. No, just pull the trigger. I swallow, and after rethinking my entire life, as well as what led me up to this point, decide to follow through. For Lou. I squeeze the trigger. It's not working. His mechanism jammed. That should work fine. Try again. I finally open my eyes again. I'm still standing here, in the computer room. I feel almost weirdly relieved. Hate to tell you this, boss. Maybe we should take this one back to the drawing board. Suddenly I'm catapulted forward into the darkness. I'm sick in my stomach, and going faster upwards than I ever did going down. Holy shit, holy shit. Must resist. Urge to vomit. Rising. Something clicks, my momentum slows. I'm left dangling for a moment where I pull myself up and clamber over the ledge I found myself at. I pull the trigger of the gun again and it detaches itself from the wall, cord retracting on its own. I look over my shoulder. The slide gets less vertical from here, but still have a lot of ground to cover. It smells real musty here, like Max's room on a Saturday levels of musty. Scratch that, the Han when we're still allowed to smoke inside levels of musty. I can see some light coming in from the far end. There's rows upon rows of tunnels leading into this place. When do all of those go? Another grappling hook hits the wall behind me, yanking me back to reality and almost making me roll right back down the slide again. Whoa! I hear footsteps coming up behind me, then laborious grunting as the boss struggles to pull himself up. I need a hand? Oh, please. As I pull him up, I realise I hadn't considered how heavy he was before offering. And now I wish I'd reconsidered. I got you. There we go. He stands up, out of breath, and we both peer into the dark tunnels ahead. And you thought it wouldn't work? Pretty sure it still shaved a couple of years off my life. So, how far is it? Well, it's going to be a little hike. He claps my back. But it's nothing this team can't handle. Isn't it, like, on the other side of town? How do you even drop down to the layer that fast? These tunnels are very efficient. That tells me nothing. Wish I was half as optimistic as this guy. My earpiece crackles and I hear Milo's voice. Are both you still in the world of living? Barely. We're in top shape, Raven 3. Over. Raven 3? I figured I'd give you a code name as well. What do you think? Over. There's a moment of silence on the other end of the line. I am not Raven. It sounds mysterious. Dashing. Handsome. Over. I am neither mysterious nor dashing. So he's not denying the handsome part. Naming sensibility leaves much to be desired. It will do for now. Go straight ahead from your location. Exercise caution and restraint. Thank you. Over and out. He nudges me, then tilts his muzzle to the darkness in front of us. We're here. I squeeze through the hole in the wall at the end of the tunnel and emerge in the bathroom stall. Raoul comes out behind me right before the mechanism activates and the wall rises up from the ground again, the toilet returning to its usual position. Everything's back to normal. It's almost kind of creepy. With the door still locked, it's very, very cramped. While this stall looks like it was made for a larger species, they probably didn't take multiple people into account. Raoul's practically got me pinned against the door. Not that I mind terribly. I'm sorry, would you mind getting the door? I can't reach the lock from here. Of course, just let me... I take my time trying to find the doorknob. On purpose, but he doesn't need to know. He smells good. That ought to do it. Well, thank you. Raven 3, we have touched ground in the men's room. Over. That is good. If possible, try to stay hidden from enemy. Then engage in ambush. We're going to fight guys with weapons? That is accurate assessment. You do want to save friend and Miss Fenna, do you not? Normally I'd suggest avoiding combat situation, but that is not always option. Alright. I'm not sure I'll survive this, but I have to try. We inconspicuously sneak into the hallway, which is empty now. Empty and dead silent. I'm getting some haunted museum vibes. Raoul's company doesn't make it feel any less off. At least the art's still on the walls. Isn't this an amazing spot? We get to stop an actual art heist. Pretty nervous, actually. Nervous? Pshaw, why? You'll do great. They won't know I hit him. Aren't you scared? At all? A true hero of justice trusts in his abilities, his tools and his companions. We have everything at our disposal to win this. Just stick with me. I'd be lying if I said his ludicrous amounts of confidence aren't at least a little infectious. Maybe he's faking this thing just as hard as I am. He beckons me down the hall and I follow. Every noise I hear makes me jump. I aim the grappling gun in every shadow I see. Eventually, Raoul slides up to a corner and I crouch down next to him. Most of this junk ain't even worth the trouble, Polly. I know that voice all too well. Been in my nightmares all week. I peek around the corner and see the Barracuda standing next to the parrot janitor from before. Guess we weren't the only ones to change clothes. The junk ain't why we're here, Ishmael. Right, we'll be here for that spotty straggler. Are they talking about me? I want to say something, but Raoul shushes me. No shenanigans. Kevin only wants him tossed out. I figure I could have a little fun while I be at it. Got a mighty score to settle. When Kevin gets cross, you'll be on your own. A risk I'd be willing to take. You did say you ran starboard, didn't you, matey? Right as rain, he did. Down the hall, then starboard. Are you sure you didn't mess your directions up again, Ishmael? Starboard be left, correct? Starboard be right, you fool! It be left. Right. Left. Right. Dance on it. Why couldn't you just say left and right? Since I'm still the cabin boy and I'm the captain's right-hand man. Don't you mean starboard hand man? Raoul slowly crouches closer and beckons me to follow. I move as quietly as I can while the two continue their increasingly inconsistent pirate bickering. It's perfect. They're so loud they'll never hear us. Strife of Life is the most recent work of renowned painter Ludwig Janinskov. What deity did I anger to deserve this kind of bad luck? Raoul and I take cover behind the corner again. The audio tour voice is so loud the fish and parrot duo immediately go over to the painting. Did you do that, Ishmael? No, I don't think so. It depicts the struggle between nature and machine. Make it stop. I don't know how. Raoul beckons me, jumping out from behind the corner. They still got their backs turned to us. Halt, evildoers! I swear on me bones, this be the last time I'll be taking you anyway. Not gonna be any fun to be around. The boss clears his throat. Oh, I said halt, evildoers. Yeah, can I wait for a bit? We'll be in the middle of... You! You're the fucker, give me the landlubber from the store. That's right, it is I, the Dawnhound. Be you for real? The parrot bursts out laughing. This be the man who sent you home crying, Ishmael? Throwing pirates overboard is a little hobby of mine. Well, you won't be so lucky this time, sailor. You may be rather large and have muscles larger than a frigate. He looks Raoul up and down. And be rather handsome. But it'd still be 2 against 1. Raoul pulls me out of the shadows. All of a sudden I'm staring down 2 extremely dangerous, most likely armed men. They stare at me like I'm some sort of oddity. Dusk has come to... Yeah, dusk has come. I flex. Judging by the looks on their faces, it doesn't particularly impress. A great entrance spot. Though I'd say your posing needs some work. Try something like this. He strikes a pose himself, while I maintain uncomfortable eye contact with the parrot. This one wasn't there last time. I have a tooth for one at the freak store. Funny, I was about to say the same thing. How many curtains did you need to sew together to make that pirate get up? At least mine ain't made of rubber, you scallywag. He takes a deep breath and slicks the feathers on top of his head back. No, happy thoughts, Polly. Happy thoughts. Calm as the waves. The barracuda turns to him. Hell with the waves. What are you waiting for, Polly? Let's get 'em. Now, you know how I feel about getting me nails dirty, Ishmael. I just had myself a mani-pedi, and my psychiatrist said. He does have really pretty nails. Yeah, I thought you were a bird of paradise, whatever the 7 seed you call it. Turns out you're just a big chicken. What did you call me? A chicken. Your friend there has a point. That's it. I've had it. You want violence? I'll give you violence. Come at us, fiend. The parrot charges towards us with a screech that could shatter glass, the barracuda hot on his heels. Okay, Spot, let's knock some heads together. Easy for you to say. What do I do? I could not be less prepared for this if I tried. Think, Al, think. A true hero trusts his tools, his abilities, and his companions. While Raoul enters the fighting stance, I aim my grappling gun down the hall, just past them. I hope this works. I squeeze the trigger and immediately surge forward as the hook speared into the wall. Dusk, strike! I tuck in my legs, only having a second to regret the choice has led me here before kicking the 2 thieves as hard as I can. They fly backward, hitting the ground in perfect sync. Unfortunately, I haven't figured out how to stop this thing yet, and I soon follow, smacking against the wall hard. Ow. Spot, are you okay? I am most decidedly not. My back. At least this time I've no one but myself to blame. Oh, it's quite a stunt you pulled. Knocked him out cold. Heh, guess I did. I squeeze the trigger again, yanking the hook from the wall, and then I collapse. I'm starting to like this thing. Mr. Ahab, sir, I found this cat prancing about in the halls. Let me go. Ho, 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 another straggler, eh? What should we do with them? I am up and prum in the brig of the curator, Kimo. We can't have any interlopers swimming about. Ha ha ha. You can't be serious. By brig, you mean what exactly? Janitor's closet. How droll. We went over this in your orientation, lad. You're assuming I understood even half of what you were saying. Listen to your captain, rookie, or you'll be joining him and no mistake. Did you take care of the dress like I asked you to? The dress is safe and sound. Remarkably heavy, by the way. If you think I'm putting up with any of your shit, it'll be in your best interest to comply, cat. Or what? I have 7 children waiting for me back home, and they have sharper teeth than you. As a matter of fact, I can do far worse than... Dawn has come to vanquish the night. The jig is up, Ahab. Let that civilian go. As I heroically dash, or, well, attempt to dash, onto the scene, I come face to chest with a very large janitor from before. Except he's somehow wearing even less this time. Then it hits me. You're Ahab? I turn to Raoul. This is Ahab? In the flesh, laddie. Yes, be just in time to join this mutineer here in the brig, while we abscond with a poxy gown. Not if we have anything to say about it, right, Spot? Big whale man. Huge whale man. Swat? Honestly, as far as experiences go, big man hitting on me turned out to be a supervillain isn't even the worst thing that's happened to me. I could work with that. I can fix him. Spot? Right, I guess I'm here to kick his ass. His round, toned, beautiful ass. Spot! Alright, right. Are you alright, citizen? Ow, is that you under there? Yeah, it's... No, it is Duskhound, champion of justice. Why are you wearing... What is that? Is that a collar? It's my uniform, citizen. Uniform? You look like a clown. I have to agree with your companion. Your choice of fashion, and I use that term lightly, leaves much to be desired. I mean, let my friend go, villain. Quite frankly, you look like you fell down a flight of stairs to the thrift store and hit every bargain rack on the way down. That's kind of harsh, but... I'm being constructive here, but you may want to shop elsewhere in the future, for all our sakes. Ooh, you might want to duck. We lock eyes for a second while they dive out of the way, leaving plenty of room for the barrel of my grappling gun to connect with the comedian's head. Ow! At the very least, it causes him to let go. He clutches his face and dramatically spins in place. You ingrate! You hit my nose! Oh, and the surgery scars had just healed! I tip my muzzle towards Lou. Fetch your curator and get out while you still can, citizen. There's trouble brewing. Alex? Oh, secret identity. Don't cause a scene. Right. I'll head off. Just stay safe, okay? You know how bad I am at following your advice! Powerful hands grip my shoulders. Next thing I know, I'm flung through the air head first. For a split second to question my life when my sudden flight is rudely interrupted by the Rottweiler I crash into. Hate to break up a touching moment and all, but our ship's about to set sail, and we've no use for stowaways. The last thing I hear is the comedian's chuckle echoing through the gallery. Are you sure he's okay? He does seem rather out of it, doesn't he? Ow. Fear not, Duskhound has faced greater challenges than this. You know you don't have to keep up the act. Sorry, force of habit. My head is still spinning. What happened? Ah, you've come too. Excellent. Did we win? Honestly, no. It could have gone either way, really. I sit up. Feels like I was hit by a train. It didn't hurt you, did he? After you guys got knocked out, they said they had what they came for and kind of just left. It's pretty anticlimactic. Your friend ended up rescuing me from my unfortunate predicament in the janitor's closet. I love the way this woman makes getting locked in a closet sound like a minor inconvenience. You really had no idea janitors were villains this entire time? We hired them through a reputable temp agency, I'll have you know. Rest assured I'll have a long conversation with them once this is all over. There was one other thing. They tip their muzzle to one of the hallways from which Milo emerges. So much our whole secret identity thing. Perimeter seems clear, no other valuables stolen. He pushes the glasses up his beak. Thank you for checking, Milo. You can thank me by being more careful in future, yes? I see Duskhound has regained consciousness as well. Just about. When did you get here? Had suspicion you might not be able to handle threat after communication went silent. It would seem I was right. Weight a rough salt in the wound. Fortunately you yet live. Unfortunately Money Talk's gown has disappeared. Oh, we'll go after it. Don't be so hasty. Attacking Syndicate with that plan is much like hitting head against wall, repeatedly. You'll only end up with headache. Then how do we get the gown back? Our exhibition simply cannot continue without the star of the show. We have to get it back somehow. We'll go after dress, but we'll prepare and approach mission with caution. The crow glares intently at Raoul and me. How'd you meet these guys, Al? It's a long story. Milo turns to Lou and Fenna, his expression much softer. We'll tell you another time. We have objective to complete. He takes a bow. Can you get back to safety from here? I'm pretty sure I can make it across the street. I'll accompany you. I could use a bit of fresh air. Great. I'm sure we'll still need someone to blow balloons. Balloons? Oh, you've never been to the Heart? I can't say I have. I'd love to join you. It sounds fascinating. All right, I'll catch you later, Alex. Good luck, Mr. Duroy, and be careful. Lou looks back at us as the two of them walk away, confusion and annoyance plain on their face. I know that look. They're going to grill me something fierce. There's so much I wish I could say right now, but I do have a job to complete. A job we messed up royally. Once they're out of sight, I turn back to Raoul and Milo. So how are we going to find the Syndicate now? Penn's going to have our hides if we don't get that dress back. Yeah, if you'll recall, I planted a tracking device on one of Ahab's goons last week. Right, I remember showing him at Mrs. de Brune's store. Milo. Yes, sir. Now would be a good time to check where our fishy friend is headed. Affirmative. Milo presses the button on his wristwatch and a hologram pops up. Target is moving towards Saltwater Canal District. Odd foot, judging by pace. They're probably headed underwater, if I were to hazard a guess. Are we even equipped to fight underwater? Raoul's face droops in disappointment. Well, you see... You are now. We are? We are? Wait, even Raoul's surprised? The first time in what feels like forever, a grin creeps across the crow's face. He looks almost delighted. You two stormed out of headquarters like idiots. You did not think ahead, did not consider possible outcomes. I did, however. He pulls out a small case with underwater breathing gear. Excellent. I don't know what we'd do without you, Milo. I'd rather not ponder that, sir. What I'm seeing defies everything I'd imagined. I've only seen parts of the underwater shopping streets while on the subway. You can get cheap breathing apparatuses near the canal entrances. Never really had a reason to come down here before. It's deeper than you might think. It's cold and the water pressure feels strange. Part of me feels like I don't belong here. It's honestly quite charming and welcoming. Warm and cool lights adorn the entire district. We swim past restaurants, hotels, souvenir shops. There's even a sign advertising guided tours. I suppose for land dwellers like myself, it's quite the domestic holiday destination. Hell, most people buy weighted shoes just so they can walk underwater nowadays. It wasn't always like this. Before Brevard Enterprises revolutionized the city infrastructure, the canals were little more than backwater districts, in every sense of the word. I remember reading about it in history books back in school. The Aquatic folks have been making their home down here ever since Schippersburg was founded. In the early days, they were mostly merchants operating black markets. But over the centuries, they became an integral part of the city. They've been instrumental in maintaining Schippersburg's foundation. The soil here is soft, so much of the city is built on pillars. In turn, the city council does everything in its power to keep pollution to a minimum. The water is clear and visibility is excellent. They must be doing a pretty decent job. But what kinds of unique foods I could get down here? Another expedition spot. We have a mission to complete. The boss's voice rings loud and clear in my earpiece. Yes, sir, but where do we even go? Is the tracker signal clear? Crystal, just follow my lead. They should be nearby. The tracking device is only accurate up to 10 meters, so keep eye out for any suspicious buildings. Copy, Raven 3. Over and out. Easier said than done. I don't know what constitutes normal down here. I haven't swam this much since I got my diploma. There's more stores down here than up there. Where do we even start looking? A hero follows his nose. That's nice and all, but I can't smell anything with his helmet on. It's a figure of speech. Just think of it this way. If you were a pirate who just came back from a perilous journey, where would you be? Me, personally? Probably dead from dysentery, or heat stroke, or scurvy, or a minor cut. A local pub spot. A perfect place to divvy up loot and discuss nefarious deeds. Wouldn't that be too conspicuous for a gang of thieves? True, that'd be the sort of establishment so frightening no man of the law would ever show his face anywhere near it. I'd have to scout all the back alleys. That could take hours. It doesn't have to. You have your phone on you? Yeah, why? And you load up the restaurant review app for me. After coming through the back alleys of the shopping district for bars and restaurants, the tracker finally starts beeping. We're in the seedy part of the district now. The place is practically deserted. I'm just glad to be somewhere quiet right now. Never had this many people look at me funny. Guess anyone would, given our costumes. We come to a halt in front of quite possibly the dingiest restaurant I've ever seen. Raoul gestures to his watch and points at the door. This is their secret lair? Like I said, they're not the brightest anglerfish in the ocean. Zutaziman? It had 1.5 stars on the restaurant review app. The only people that come near it are health inspectors and fellows in hazmat suits. And us, apparently. Which I'd want to go in even without the gang of thieves waiting inside. But I guess there's really no other way to get that dress back. So, what's the plan? We just barge in? Excellent idea, Spot. We'll simply let the element of surprise work in our favour. Yeah, we'll just... Wait, no. Yo ho ho, splice the main brace. Another successful haul, eh lads? No thanks to the likes of ye, Ishmael. Me ye-ho's deceiving me. You're just as unconscious as I was, matey. No fault of mine. Quit your belly aching, you two. I'm cleaving your pay in half. We just pulled off the caper of the century, and it's all thanks to our rookie here. You flatter me, Mr. Ahab, but do go on. You deserve it, lad. 'Twas you that got us the janitor job to begin with, after all. What can I say? I phoned up some old connections, pulled a few strings, and got us a prize worth millions. All right. I suppose I did that too, didn't I? You bloody well did, lad. I trust you haven't forgotten about our deal. Aye, but be you certain you want to leave the crew behind, matey? As much as I enjoyed our little escapade, I meant for bigger things. The money talks gown was only the beginning. What kind of heists you be planning? For starters. Syndicate, your days of wanton ransacking and thievery are finished. You can't just go and smash random windows. You may question my methods, but you can't question their efficiency. I jump in through the broken window after the boss. The pirates regard us with a mixture of confusion and fury. So much for the element of surprise. So you came to after all. Grand. We'll be taking that gown back to its rightful owner now. Ha! No, afraid not. I don't know how you follow me crew all the way to our home turf, but your scurvy dogs will be doing none of that, I reckon. Not unless you want to repeat what happened in the gallery. This time you'll be the one hitting the floor, right, Spot? Are you crazy? It's 4 against 2. Listen to your first mate, the Hound. There be no way you'll be winning this. I wouldn't be so sure of that. True, you may have us outnumbered, but we've got Lady Justice herself on our side. And believe me, she is a harsh mistress. Justice won't save you from a one-way walk off the old plank, Dawn Hound. This captain doesn't tolerate mutineers, savvy? He stands up, head almost hitting the ceiling. He flicks his tail forcefully in our direction, creating a torrent that nearly knocks me over. Last chance! I want to run or, swim away, but fear has taken hold of me and nailed me to the ground. fear and looking at the big whale in front of me, a little bit of something else.
As the pirates of old would say, the time has come to rip and burn your Jolly Roger.
Ahab rushes at us through the water, furniture floating every which way. I can feel the current surge past me. Said our gear was made to improve our underwater mobility, yet I can't help but think we're at a severe disadvantage here. The whale winds up for a swing that Raoul only manages to dodge by the skin of his teeth. It hits a nearby chair instead, utterly splintering it. I can only imagine what force like that would do to my bones. The other pirates aren't far behind. Within seconds they descend upon all of us at once.
Bloody barnacles, don't let them get away!
The barracuda effortlessly darts through the water. Raoul avoids a swipe from the parrot, only to nearly catch a punch from Ishmael, who instead hits his companion's face. The brightly coloured bird screams as he flies through the water. At least one of them is struggling as much with this environment as we are. Watching everything happen in slow motion like this almost makes it feel like some strange sort of choreographed dance. Before Raoul can neutralise the barracuda, the horned comedian from before comes in from above.
Spot, watch out!
I try to respond, but it's harder to see. I can't move as fast as I'd like. Everything just feels heavy. The comedian doesn't seem to struggle at all. He's moving as swiftly and graciously as his sea-dwelling companions. His foot connects with my stomach, knocking me away. His long, thin tongue extends with incredible speed and force. Raoul blocks it with his arm, but it wraps around, ensnaring him. I scramble to my feet, only to find Ahab staring me down.
Thought you could get away, did ya?
My life flashes before my eyes as I watch him wind up for another punch. I don't have time to dodge this one. His massive fist finds its mark with nerve-shattering force. So that's what getting hit by a bus feels like. My legs give out and I crumple to the floor.
Spot, no!
My boss is still trying to land a hit on the elusive chameleon. My femur. Alright, I can get my hands and knees. I'm not going down that easily again. Before I can even question if I'll be able to walk right again, the whale comes up behind me once more.
Damn shame it has to come to this, but we can't have you two mucking up the deck any longer.
He slowly walks over to close the gap between us. He's so heavy he doesn't even need to swim. If I'm going to help Raoul catch that fleet-footed lizard, I'll have to do something about this behemoth behind me first. I have to think fast. I look up and notice the chandelier above him. It looks fancy. Gold, heavy, only secured to the ceiling with a rope so thin it might as well be invisible. And he's right underneath it. No time to waste. I aim at it, hold my breath, and I shoot. Doesn't make it to the chandelier, and for a moment my heart sinks.
Arr, that pea shooter won't do you any.
Until the grappling hook changes trajectory, downward, and the flat part hits Ahab square in his pirate's treasure. The scream he lets out makes the entire pub rumble, and I can't help but wince.
Me crown jewels, what have you done?
Raoul and the other pirates stop fighting. For a moment we all just watched the captain collapse on the floor with the loudest of thuds.
The caffin's down. What have you done to him?
I squeeze the trigger again. The cord retracts. I suddenly feel a rush of excitement wash over me for the first time since I started this job. Quick, what would Raoul say?
Same as I'll do to you if you don't surrender, crooks.
Aim it at the parrot and the barracuda. They both raise their arms above their head.
I don't want no trouble. You should just arrest us.
I look around for the comedian, but he's nowhere to be found. How do you get away so fast?
Hand over the gown, now. But just do as he bloody asks.
Ahab still whimpering on the floor, clutching his crotch tight.
Captain, I know when I'm beat, and you beat me fair and square.
Yes, Milo's right about everyone having a weak point. A conventional one in this case. Ishmael sheepishly ducks behind the counter, taking out a watertight capsule normally used for deliveries. He hands it over to me, avoiding eye contact. Something containing a valuable piece of art. It's pretty light. You better not be trying to spoil a fast one on us.
It's a real deal. Catherine's word.
Well, I don't think he's lying.
Ishmael grumbles at me. You dogs are going to get off so easy. You'll be so lucky next time, Hound.
That's what you said last time too. You want to join your boss on the floor?
No.
He yelps and staggers back. Other than a range from my body hurting, I'm feeling pretty good right now.
Let that be a lesson to you scoundrels. Justice always prevails.
Instead of stealing art, start learning the art of sharing.
We need to work on your catchphrases, but good effort.
At last, the money talks gown is almost back where it ought to be. All's well that ends well. This has been one of the longest, most tiring days of my life. Strange, also one of the most rewarding. When I woke up this morning, I didn't think I'd be facing down an entire pirate crew and actually live to tell the tale, much less win. All because of my quick thinking. Maybe this is just the right career path for me after all.
You did great out there, Spot.
So did you. I mean, I saw you work back at the store, but I had no idea you could fight like that. Machines came as easy to me as they do to you. I just got lucky.
Oh, believe me, it took years of Milo beating the living tar out of me until I was even halfway decent at fighting.
Great. Something to look forward to.
You'll get there. Just a matter of confidence and sticking to it. For now, just bask in the feeling of a job well done.
So this is what that's supposed to feel like. My previous job didn't give me any satisfaction, so it's pretty new to me. Confidence, huh? It's something you will build with time. Milo, you made it. Even I celebrate when job is well done, yes? You may have made innumerable bad decisions today. Form is still sloppy. Teamwork needs improving. But you fought like champion. He gives my head a pat. You can never get used to his strength. He could squish me like a grape if he tried. Mr. Dawnhound, Mr. Duskhound, me. I'm ever so relieved to see you come back alive and unharmed. I wouldn't say unharmed. I'm going to be feeling this for days, if not weeks to come. And you brought the gown with you as well. Think you'd manage to get that brute to relinquish it?
Oh, I don't think he'll be bothering you again anytime soon.
I should hope not.
With that, I think it's about time to put this gown back on the mannequin, wouldn't you say?
He presses the button on the watertight capsule he brought back from Ahab's place. A cloud of smoke wafts out from it, so thick I can barely see through it. Much less breathe. It's like someone dunked an entire perfume store in there. Raoul laughs while coughing.
I'm sure has a flavour of the dramatic. Golly.
Pot, meet kettle. When the smoke clears, I hear Fenna gasp. It's empty. Shit. Empty? What are we going to do? Did Ahab dupe us?
I don't think so. Hold on a moment.
Raoul reaches the container and fishes out a small card, not like the calling card from earlier. It's bright pink with gold lettering all over it. The font is so ornate it's almost illegible.
Well, it's a business card. Camo. Does this ring any bells?
He flashes it to me. I'm pretty sure I'd remember a name like that. Hold on, the chameleon. Speed after the fight to the bar. He must have switched the capsules out when we weren't looking. Maybe even before that.
Ah yes, the rapscallion who tongued me.
Phrasing.
Can you believe he wrapped his tongue all the way around my... Ahem.
I don't remember a comedian gentleman working at the temp agency I had the janitors at.
Can you contact them?
I've been trying, but the number is no longer in use.
Must have been a sham from the start.
More ways than one, even double-crossed Ahab.
Well, now the syndicate came across him. Well, only we could interrogate them.
Ahab. I will look into the matter further at base. I suggest we convene in the morning and discuss new findings. I'm sorry we failed you, Miss Fenna. I just bring it back, please. We will.
You have our word.
I tap my chin as gears start turning in my head.
What's wrong, Spot?
Nothing. I think I have an idea of where to start looking for information. I reach for the scrap of paper Ahab gave me before everything went to shit. It's a little wet from my watery adventure earlier, but the number is legible. I shoot him a text. What are you doing?
A little personal investigation.
I kind of know I'm going to meet up with Ahab. I get a text back right away. Bingo. I'll be at base tomorrow morning.
Alright, I suppose looking into security camera footage around town, he's bound to have shown up somewhere.
You'll have mission. Only thing left is to execute it.
We'll find that gown, Fenna. Don't you worry.
I trust you will. Please, take care. She looks a little defeated, but a smile tugs at her lips. With that, this long day finally draws to a close. After changing one of the bathrooms, I say goodbye to Raoul and Milo and get to walking where Ahab and I agreed to meet. As much as I don't want to right now, I should probably give Lou a call. Hope to God they haven't called every news station in town. Always told Willem about what went down. Takes them less than a second to answer. So you finally going to tell me what's going on with you? Because that sure didn't look like cleaning to me. What the hell have you been getting into?
I'm sorry, Lou. My life's just been a blur for the past week. I'm pretty sure I was supposed to keep the whole hero thing a secret.
Well, you did a splendid job.
Yeah, I really botched that. Technically being sworn to secrecy is more implied than outright stated.
Look, Milo, the big Rus crow you met, told me to invite you to meet up so you could explain what's going on. Alright, I already got 3 blog posts ready to go and I'm going to need a good reason not to post them. Because I said please? You drive a hard bargain. You told me you found a new job. I never had thought it'd involve spandex. Neoprene. I feign a cough. What? It's mostly neoprene actually, and some advanced faux leather. You know how ridiculous that sounds, right? I know, I can still hardly believe it myself, if I'm being honest. I'm just worried about you, Alex. That Milo guy's really laying into your friend while you're unconscious. Didn't sound like either you were thinking things through very carefully. Yeah, my boss is also sort of new at this. But hey, the pay's better. Way to brush aside the issue. Look, all I can say for now is that I feel like I made a difference today. Like I'm maybe sort of starting to believe in myself. And I've gotten the gown back in the end, but I kicked crime boss ass. A lemur passing by looks at me funny and I lower my voice. I mean, I took care of things. And how many times did you almost die today? Only 3 times. I'm still learning. Listen, let's come to the anniversary party at the Hounds tomorrow, okay? I'll ring Milo and the boss, and we can explain the whole thing. Okay, but you owe me big time. I'll babysit for you as much as you want. Deal. After texting Max that I know I'll be home late, I yawn loudly, thrusting my hands in my pockets. It's chilly out, just a few degrees colder than this. I'll have to put on gloves. Crowds of people pass me by, most likely none of them aware of what happened today. I wonder if it'll show up on the news. I mean, we did kind of wreck that bar.
Hi, lad, there you are.
Ahab is easy to spot. Aside from the giraffes, he's basically the tallest in the crowd. He walks on over. No, it's more like he hobbles on over. Guess he's still recovering. Hi. I don't know where to start. How do you even approach a mob boss you smacked in the balls with a grappling gun? Milo's training didn't exactly cover that. Before I can make up my mind though, he's closed the distance. I swallow. Don't think I'll get used to how big he is anytime soon.
Oh, we didn't wait too long. We'll be dealing with some workplace issues.
Oh no, I just got you.
Grand.
Crickets. So, where to?
I was thinking of having a few drinks down the pub and seeing where the night takes us. Be it your place or mine.
Someone's confident.
Man, I'm cocked up at work. That don't mean the ship's sinking anytime soon.
He leans in close, real close, and whispers in my ear.
You look better without the mask, laddie.
I shudder. So you do know.
Ah, not till you don't change your voice or anything. And you got all those spots. You being Dalmatian was on the news when Ishmael robbed that old lass, yeah? It wasn't hard to put two and two together once I saw you at the door and Hound.
See, I knew that place burring did nothing. And you still came?
What can I say? You're cute. Don't think I can't see that little tail of yours wagging away there.
Shit, it is wagging.
Hells, I'm surprised you called on me, especially after what went down at the bar.
I'm surprised you're willing to meet up after what happened to you. You know. I try not to gesture to his groin. My eyes are still drawn to it.
Arr. Isn't me your occupational hazard. We were simply flying different flags that time. Nothing personal, I'm sure, lad. Besides, you just got lucky.
We creamed you guys.
We still beat you at the gallery.
Yes, the score's 1-1 then.
Next time we meet, I'll kick your boot into the dirt and no mistake.
He's surprisingly upbeat about the whole thing. I have some questions I wanted to ask you, actually.
Well, I'd be versatile, although I lean towards...
No, not that. The gown's missing.
What?
He seemed as surprised as I was. One of your henchmen took it. I need to know where he could be.
So that be why Camo scurried off like a dock rat.
He clenches his jaw as he softly growls the name. Do you have any information on him? He chuckles.
Aye, I do.
Spill it.
He be no friend of mine, but I need some convincing before I talk.
I can be very persuasive.
With a pretty old face like that, I'd be certain of it. Join me for a round at the pub.
You're on.
Right up, dudes. You all ready to reach maximum altitude? Welcome to the second exciting episode of Cooking with Max, where we take meals that are gross and make them the most. New view dudes might be wondering, but gee Max, you don't have a mouth, how are you even going to eat the food? And I'm going to tell you your views are narrow-minded and stupid, man. No lips, no problem. When you're really passionate about something, dude, you don't let anybody stop you. Not even your roommates. Sure, I had to go get his stomach pumped after I made pasta, but you know what, dudes, I just gave him some room for dessert. Speaking of dessert, today we're making... Drumroll, please. Where to put it again? Here, a box cake. Now, y'all, I wanted to make apple pie, but my Ruby won't let me try one again after I used tomatoes instead of apples last time. But he's not around tonight. Instead, I'd like to introduce my special guest this week, Ishmael. What, me? Don't be shy, my bodacious barracuda buddy. Making cakes is something everyone can do. Even if your mom tells you not to after you get the neighborhood evacuated because of a grease fire. That be very specific. Don't even worry about it, man. I'm gonna show you the ropes. I got this killer recipe I tweaked to make it super awesome. I don't think you're supposed to meddle with baking recipes. Baking's not a science, man. You gotta trust in the process and follow your heart. Well, you don't even have milk listed on the recipe. No worries, I put together a gnarly substitute. I think you hear the captain calling. Mayhaps I should. I've blended some mayonnaise and cream cheese with some vinegar to thin it out. Looks just like the real thing. It'd be looking gnarly indeed. I suppose it'd be lucky to have this helmet on. The smell alone would end me life. Okay, let's get this shot on the road before my roommate gets home. Just follow my instructions, we'll have an outrageous cake in no time. Oh, it'll be outrageous, alright. So let's be where I mix the eggs and flour, right? Do you know how many chemicals in today's eggs and flour, man? None? What are you using this? Instant egg mixture and breadcrumbs? Not just any breadcrumbs, dude. Panko. That's what they use in anime all the time. Who will be this Annie Mae and why is she making cake with breadcrumbs? It's to provide that solid structure. But the recipe be saying, Following the recipes to the bird. We gotta show off our individuality. How long are we supposed to mix this? Till it's nice and smooth. All it be is wet and goopy. Just keep mixing, dude. Trust the process. I sure this mixture won't end up highly toxic. We thinks we shouldn't. Gotta stop limiting your own creativity, dude. Well, I think it'll be done. And so is me sanity. Let me take a look. Yeah, dude, just gotta sprinkle on some olives now. Oh, olives? What in the 7th siege you need olives on a cake for? A texture, of course. And that chocolate I used it on the lasagna I made yesterday. You can't be for real. Oh, I'm the realist. Now, let's bake this baby. I suppose we'd best get on preheating the kiln or oven, right? That'll take forever, man. We don't have that kind of time. Put her in the microwave. But the recipe's be saying to put it in the oven for an hour. Who has time to wait that long these days? Just nuke it on high for 10 minutes instead. Be absolutely sure? It's what chefs on TV do all the time. It'll be in there. Fair winds and following seas. That means we just gotta wait. And then we feast. Feast, you mean? As my special guest, you get the honours of trying the first bite. Well, 'twas fun, my job be done, so I think I'll be departing. Don't be silly, dude. It's the perfect time for a chat with our viewers. So, anything you want to say to our wonderful audience? Just one thing, Abby. Hey, Max, I'm home. So's this guy I brought with me. Romy, just in time for one of my videos. Say hi to Alex, dudes. Wait, Ishmael's here? Spotty's here? Oh, I'm sensing some bad vibes here. Ishmael, what be you doing here? Gavin? Listen, we'll be in my room. Hear any weird noises? I got a new game. No problem, my guy. I'll come down and have a slice of cake later. That be sounding mighty fine. No, heavens, no. We're okay. Bye. And he's gone. Well, Viore knows it was worth a try. Do you smell that? What's the scent of success? Shit, the cake is burning. Oh, well, I guess that's it for this episode, folks. Tune in next time. I'll show you how to make a sweet and sour strawberry oyster sundae. Gotta run. Oi, don't leave me a kitchen fire. What blaze am I supposed to do? I don't even live here. Harder, laddie, harder. Yes, Captain. There she blows.
There we go. In spite of thunder, sudden downpour, and cats, I managed to get to this episode. Hopefully didn't have too much of that made it onto the soundtrack. But that is currently it for Glory Hounds. I'll be bringing out another video when they have another update. Hope you're enjoying this one. It's definitely a fun one to do. A little different from the voices I normally give people. And if you're wondering about Password, I am in the middle of that Roswell video. It's taken me quite a bit longer than I expected. So I'll be finishing off next week and stitching everything together. And then that will be up for you. I hope you're comfortable watching that one. It's going to take a while to watch, I think. So Password next week and Distant Travels sometime next weekend. It is Canada Day, so I'm not sure which day I'm recording on. But you'll have some more Distant Travels then. And After Yours will pop up the following week. During the week, a short video from them. But that is it, as I say. Thanks for watching, and as always, thanks to all my donors on Ko-fi and Patreon. And my top patrons are Burnt Toast, Kartek, Kobas Vissa, Legacy Bucciarati, Lark Huskerton, Bastian, Ryan Hall, Tiger Cub, Ida Korval, Nubis Silverwind, Dissonance, Grizz, Spiderling, Kopi, Cindy Dragawolf, Marcus, Evan King, Exac, Aaron Fox, Mohammed Al-Zamel, Golfers Need Coffee, Nova Starburn, Big Booty Judy, Omar, Smuto, and Andy Payne. Special thanks to all of them, and say thank you for watching. Until next time, bye for now.